Okay, welcome to Kisara's Casual Corner. I am Kisara. Again, I know I posted in the thing that I was going to be starting at 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. I am really sorry I got caught in a conversation with a director, and I wanted to make sure that I was able to complete that conversation because I thought it was important. So, we are playing a game called Home. It is on the PlayStation. I believe it's also available on PlayStation 4, but I'm playing it on PlayStation 5. Apparently, it's called A Unique Horror Adventure by Benjamin Rivers. It's been on my playlist. I bought it a while ago. It's now on my things to kind of get through and whatnot and see what it's all about. And I just like playing these kind of. It's an older one, I guess, a few years old. Oh, you have awoken, have you, Xander? The dog is awake. Oh, you have awoken and decided to go over there. Okay. Well, let's see. Hopefully it's not like Lone Survivor. That's the only goal we have, is to not be in Lone Survivor mode. That's all I ask this not to be. But we'll see. Welcome in, Mad Matt. I hope that you are doing well. Let's get this party started, shall we? Right, Xander? Your game will be saved automatically at certain points. However, we recommend you put aside an hour and a half to complete Home in a single sitting, which we are going to absolutely do. I like the recommendation and the fact that they tell me exactly how long this is going to be. Go team. Go team go. Turn up the sound. Turn off the lights. Uh-huh. Well, they said to turn off the lights and to turn up the sound, which is already terrifying. 1 second. All right. Xander, you're going to be okay. Lights are off for some reason. Hey, K-Dog, how are you? All right. So I've turned... There, doggy, you're okay. I know the lights are... It's okay. No, it's okay, doggy. Just rest. Just rest. All right. The curly light bulb will mark this game as an unintentional period piece down the road. Oh, it absolutely will. As probably will headphones, for that matter. All right. I've turned off the lights. I've turned up the sound. Everything's fine. We're going to be fine, right? You all turned off your lights too, right? Oh. All I remember at that point was finding myself alone. Oh, my head. Where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet. A flashlight. Ha! Yes, K-Dog, this is a horror game. It's a unique horror game, according to the creator. Totally eating the light by the screen, overeating by the light of the screen. Yay! Cool. Alright, so we have motion. That house. Where was I? I want to go back in the other room. There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? Alright, it's the body. Oh! It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This whole stream is fine. Drake is not going to make fun of me for this stream at all when he watches the VOD later. Neither is Prinny when anyone watches the VOD later. No jumping at black cats. Right, Wednesday? Wednesday's a black cat. This one is on Steam, K-Dog. I last checked that it can be available on Steam. I'm playing this one on the PlayStation. Horror? No, this is a fashion sim, says Mad Mad. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's fine. Just a dead body. A lamp. Uh-huh. We're just going to keep walking. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg, I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs to try to find a way out. Alright, I want to go back upstairs because I think there might be more. I open this door. So inside another room. The desk had a computer and some papers on it. And a single drawer. But did I open the drawer? Alright, so here's apparently, from what I can tell, apparently it's kind of choices matter. Has the outcome. So here we go. Let's make a decision. Yes, I opened the drawer. Receipts, pens, and a blurry photo. Looked like a store of some kind. Why did this look so familiar? What's this? What is that? Is that dirt? Is that a plant? Blood. Oh. On the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my shoes and pants. Oh man, I had to get out of there. Alright, we're leaving. Uh-oh, gonna want to get that leak patched ASAP before you get mold and loose plaster. I think there's more problems that I have to worry about, Mad Matt. I do see your point, but perhaps will actually be... No, maybe it won't be worse. I'll be sick and in jail for murder. I don't know. There's a dead body and blood everywhere, Mad Matt. What am I to do? A bookshelf? The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. Seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. Luciana! My thing vibrated. Why? Why did it vibrate? Welcome in, Luciana. We're playing Home, a, quote, unique horror story. Matt says, dear God, the wallpaper is already peeling. An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for 2 people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. K-Dog said, kill the dead body. I didn't. I don't. Well, first off, I don't want to exacerbate my own crime, okay? K-Dog's like, kill the dead body. Add more evidence to your crime. Matt killed the dead body back to life. That's what I do in the Oregon Trail stream. Thank you very much. All right. On the floor, we found a black and white photo. Looked like a man upstairs and his wife, I guessed. There was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? If you hear that, that's my dog digging into the couch cover. Because dogs love to dig, don't they? I'll take it. Matt is right. Yeah. That is what I do in my Oregon Trail stream, though. I stab you to life. And if you see my one clip, apparently I stabbed the dead bodies, too, by accident. Waste of good medicine. I slipped the photo in my pocket. Maybe this would help me find some answers. Okay, so we found an old photo. My PlayStation controller keeps vibrating, and it makes me freak out. Oh, what's that? What is it? What's that? What's happening? Matt says, I thought that was creepy ambient scratching. Well, he's not helping. The dog is like, I'm just going to help the horror. A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic but exhausted. Did I free it? I'm beginning to think that my whole playthrough should just be like Jim Carrey's Yes Man. I freed it. Go team. Go team go. By the way, it requested that I play this for an hour and a half, so we're going to do that. Oh, a collection of rusty tools. These look like they'd seen a lot of use, and they were caked in damp, swelling dirt. Why aren't they in a shed? Yeah, are we on like the 3rd floor? Huh. Pixels are scary. A photo similar to the old one I picked up had been moved. A photo similar to the old one I'd picked up. It'd been moved a lot. Then there seemed a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? Turns out the mouse was a domestic abuser. Oh, God. Is that how dark this unique horror game's going to be? Yes. It depressed smoothly into a wall, and I heard a faraway click somewhere. Oh, this will go well. Yes, man. The home game. All right. So we clicked, and I guess we'll go downstairs. Excuse me. Oh, what was that? What was that? What was that? What was that? I'm fine. I am totally fine. I want to turn the lights on now. The door was taped and seemed to be stuck by the smell. How tall is this house? I know, right? By the smell, I guess it led to the kitchen. All right, we have a taped up kitchen. The switch in the wall appeared to have unlocked the door. See? Saying yes does things. All right, there's a box. The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Maybe I found a way out. I must have moved it, right? Yes. I heaved the box forward, and it finally gave. I found a ladder. All right, before we go down, we're going to check out the other direction. Hey, this door is no longer taped. This door is... Oh, doggy. Hi, don't scare me. You sleep. Sleep, doggy. Sleep forever. This door is no longer taped. Okay. Okay. This is fine. There were sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like a series of names were written down, but they were too smudged to read. I could only make out a few of the notes. Controlled by doggy. He is not playing. A key card. Blocker. Last one. I promise. It didn't make much sense at the time. Okay. Oh, I got an achievement. Cause and effect. Be kind and see the results. Let the mouse moved around. Whew. I'm okay. See? Oh, well, did the mouse open the door? Is that what happened? Yeah, that's what happened. There's a mirror. I looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. Not blood? Okay. Open this door. Oh, okay. Dang horror games and their pen chant for cryptic half clues. I know, right? Ugh. Hold on. This dog is going to scare me half to death in the darkness. Okay. Here, Xander, how about... Here, how about you take this treat? Here, Xander. Oh, these treats are stuck together. All right, how about you take this treat instead? There you go. Enjoy. Have fun. Salud. This dog is terrifying me. Okay. The bathroom was spotless. Everything had been wiped to a sheen. I wonder if it was the man's wife who did the cleaning or him. I'm already regretting allowing myself to turn the lights off. There was a photo development tray lying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. Dog walks up and is dressed in little devil's horns and a red Halloween cape. The music killed me. The front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. Stressed. I am... The tape killed me, by the way, and it was just a mouse. All right, so we found the way out. There was a ladder going underground, where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down the ladder? Yes. I looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. I wondered where the wife was. My leg was in terrible shape, but I had to get out. All right, my leg is in terrible shape. What's this? Footprints in the dirt. Looked like more than one kind, and a lot of traffic. A map. Places all over on were marked on the old map of the town. The industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old railway station. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They were all about murders in the town over the last few years. Wait. There were photos. Photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of information. More than I did? And this is where we run into those little Silent Hill gray children, says Mad Matt. No, we don't. I refuse. I have a flashlight, Mad Matt. I don't even have a gun. A work table, covered in papers, dirt, and... oh. A handgun. I hated guns. Well, there we go. Now I have a gun, Mad Matt. Did I... What impeccable timing of this game. I take it because this is the Yes Man stream. Unless... well, no. I tucked the small handgun into my pocket. Its weight was somehow reassuring. Okay, another ladder. What? I don't like this. It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? Matt knew about the game. I wouldn't put it past him. Okay, what's this? The desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out, and illegible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. Eve, A, Hell, R, F, O, Rho. None of it made any sense to me. All I'm doing is carrying a... There looked to be bones half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. The faded clothes that stuck up amongst the dirt looked familiar. They looked like the clothes that woman was wearing in the photo I found. Was this the man's wife? I'm leaving now. All right, bye. All right, that looks like another ladder down. Crudely made shells. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. Mad Matt says, I have actually been trying to work through my backlog recently. I credit you, Kasara, for inspiring this. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Like, that's what this game was. Like, it's on my backlog. So I was like, you know what? It looks like a short game. Let's try streaming it, at least playing it through one time, right? One time. Just one time, and then you can see if you want 100% it. Yeah, K-Dog, this is fine. Yes, my entire thought process, this whole game. What's this? It looked like a cage, but it was small. But there was something coating the bottom, something wet. I'm leaving now. Okay, so what was this then? Some kind of homemade rack, slung together with poorly cut wood and rope. It was caked with old blood. Oh God, Mad Matt, why? Come back and sit with me, dear. That's how I imagine that sound of that style of typing goes. You have no backlog? Okay, dog, you must tell us your secret, man. I have backlog. Somebody didn't actually use that, did they? Apparently they did. Lucky devil. Yeah, I know, right? Alright, we're down the stairs. I have boxes. I notice that everything's leaking, Mad Matt. It has not gone unnoticed. Some kind of old boxes. They look like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remember throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing here? Oh, Rachel. There wasn't anyone there. Was I hearing things? Yes. Don't breathe too heavily down there. I don't even have a mask. Like Lone Survivor had a gun, a light, and a mask. I have a gun and a light. Is that bats? Oh. I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. What? What? I heard whispering. I'm not a fan. And we quit the game. Thanks. No. No, I didn't. Did I? Did I, kid? Hell is probably like the closest thing I'll say to most curse words. I'll say damn from time to time. I usually say darn though. I usually substitute it. But hell is close. But I have rope. There was rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Prinny says, I assume you knew it was probably a horror game before playing it. I wasn't playing a Gen. Say it again. Thank you, Luciana. Be courageous. I did know because the title page literally says, Home, a unique horror game. I did. I usually read it. I don't usually say it in my day-to-day, but if it's there, I usually read it. Sometimes it's one of the words that gets said a lot when I do like voice acting stuff. Prinny says, you can tell Kasara's wholesome because she said, damn, and you can hear her cringe. I do. I don't like saying it. All right, maybe the rope would make the broken ladder easier to descend. Yeah. Okay, that bone structure did not whisper at me, right? Right? Right. Right, Xander? Right? Right. All right, I think we came down. Did we come through a door? We did. So we are... Wait a second. Wasn't there something on this side of the door? No, we're coming through all the way. Okay. Okay, we're safe. No, we're not. We're something. Hello, bat friends. You're worse than a sailor when it comes to cursing? I strategically made that choice not to do that, yeah. Dude's got a cask of Amontillado? Might have to catch me on that one. The rope I found would have let me climb down the ladder safely. Did I climb down? Yes. I think we climbed. Oh, my controller vibrated. I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before got worse. I don't think I have plenty of time. I don't think I've read the Cask of Amontillado. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Yes, okay. I did read this one, but it's not one of the main ones that Yeah. Okay, I did read this one time. Literally, I can tell you, I only read it one time. Yeah. And it was when, oh gosh, it must have been almost 2 decades now. One of the Edgar Allan Poe works, it was not one that I read over and over and over again, like I did Black Cat or Telltale Heart or Purloined Letter or anything like that. And of course, in school, I had to memorize The Raven, so there was that. Pretty showing. Oh, what's this? A bunch of old newspapers, wheat pasted together. A message on it, been hastily smeared. Keep out. Danger due to cave-in. Mask of the Red Death. No, I think that one passed me by. I actually do own the like a complete works of Edgar Allan Poe. I just literally didn't read those ones there. I will actually know it now that I think about it. I should just read the entire series from back to front. All of his poems, all of his stories, not just the ones I saw on Wishbone. Kisara, BBL. All right, we'll see ya, and hopefully the game's only an hour and a half. By the way, it actually announced that at the beginning, unless I get too scared to move forward, which is also a possibility. Okay. I don't like this sound. This is fine. This is just final station. I could still feel a faint impression of the rope I had slid down as I pressed against the heavy metal door. It was probably for the best that I hadn't jumped. The ache in my leg was bad enough as it was. Mad Matt says, ooh, I recommend it for a rainy candlelight night whenever you find a time. Ooh. While we're here, take a pause, go grab some drink. I will be right back. Okay, I am back. Sorry about that. Prini says, honestly, I think I'm the youngest ones here. It's possible. That being said, age does not... Wait. Doesn't matter. Edgar Allan Poe is for all ages. All right. Hook. Why? Oh, Drake has got his wisdom teeth out, by the way. He's doing fine. That's who called to let me know that he's doing better. He's doing good now. If I could have, though, I would have run straight out of those awful tunnels. Who would keep such a place? Yeah, who? At least I thought I had found that old handgun. Wait, at least I thought I had found that old handgun. It seemed to work, and from the smell of it, had been used already. Oh, good. I kept the gun in my pocket. It seemed a familiar weight there. What did I do? There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet. And there was grass smeared within it. Uh-huh. This is... Oh, there's up. Should we go up or left? I could hear a faint trickling sound. What was that? Like water? Oh, look, the word exit. We should just leave. What's this? A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? Well, I did say this was the yes stream, right? I slipped a knife into my boot since I had the gun in my pocket. Did I really need all of this? Mad Matt says, I believe I'm a year older than Princeton, so a couple years younger than Kasara. I am assuming you were all saying that I am the oldest of the set here. Alright, we're going to go up the ladder, of which I will neither confirm nor deny these things. What's this? Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There were rips and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? Yes, because I like to take VHSs from the trash. I wasn't sure what I hoped to discover with the tape, but I took it anyway. Okay. We're going to go forward. We have a door here. I'm going to take the door. Leaving now. I'm leaving now. I'm leaving. You're not the oldest. You're the wisest and most mature. Yeah. You say that right as you hear me jump scare. I'm fine. Sandra, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. Let's exit. There was a rusty ladder sunk into the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb that. Maybe I could find a way to drain putrid water? Oh, so I couldn't exit even if I wanted to. Okay. Okay. Stress snacks time. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Dog comes over to try to comfort you, but startles you even further. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, so we have a few doors here. So I guess we'll go inside each one. The door was locked. There was a musty smell from inside. Let Kisara, she's a teenager, okay? I am the granny here. Yeah, okay. I will at least deny I am definitely older than 18. I will confirm that much, I should say. I am definitely older than 18. I am denying teenagerhood. I'll even go one step further. I'm old enough to drink, so I'm over 21. There's your age ranges locked in somewhat. All right, so there's a musty smell from that locked door. All right, this one's open. What's this? I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. Okay, regulator. All right. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off the flow. Did I turn it? Yes. Looked like I turned off the water flow in this valve. Go team. Go team go. All right, we have one more door to check out. There's several doors to check out. What's this? I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off its flow. Did I turn it? Yes. I guess it's 2 valves to stop the water flow? 3? Oh no. Sure, let's shut them all off. I guess let's do that. All the waters get shut off. Go team. Go team go. I say team because I don't want to be by myself. It's scary. Alright, now we can go to the exit. Xander, you cannot eat the cat food. Alright, so... Okay, so now we're in puzzle mode, are we? Do you need to go outside? Alright, so this one was locked, right? Alright. What? So let's try turning this off. Looked like I turned off the water flow in this valve, okay. So what's this then? What did I do over here? I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off the flow. Did I turn it? Let's go with yes. And then go back to the first place. And see what we come up with. And... Yep, doggy. You want to go out into the darkness? Alright, so... Let's see what we have here. No, it's still on. Hold on, let me see if there's like a clue of some sort. I didn't actually check. There's no real checking. Oh look, I can put my thing up. Alright, so there's that orange cable and that purple cable. Kisara shuts off all the water and inadvertently dooms the scary yet helpful sea cryptid. Kisara, why? Yeah, you know how things are. Do I also unlock Cthulhu? Apparently this did not work. So let's try. Wait a second. Xander, you can't be here. Let's see. That's all orange, right? Okay. So that's orange. And then that one in here was too. Orange and purple. Nope, still locked. No idea. Alright, we didn't turn off 2. We had 3 and 4. And that was it, right? Okay. I can see the symbols, and I'm not sure what they mean. 2 is by itself. Okay, I think I have an idea. 1 set off everything. Okay, so that's standard. Don't have to worry about that. Oh wait, did I have to check the regulator afterwards? Oh. Through the dust, I could see handprints from the previous use. Probably from whoever worked in those sewers. Cool. Definitely was not the answer. Alright, this is the part where it no longer becomes half an hour. There's no sprint button, too. Alright, we said 2 didn't work. And 2, 3, and 4 didn't work. So let's try just 4. Oh. Looked like I turned off the water flow in this valve. So 4 did it. Alright, I'm gonna try all this again, because... One and 4 have to be off. Just waiting for another monster to lurch out at you during this door opening animation. This is like an RE. Oh my god, no. No, 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 none of that. We're not doing that. Everyone wants to be kind to Kisara. Alright. 2. Alright, let me see something too, because I think... I think this might turn off the other one. Hold on. Yeah, okay, so... Alright, so regardless, it can't be that. So... Let me see. Let me think. Let's see. Prini says, the door transitions in RE were a creative attempt to mask the long loading times. Fortunately, these are not long. I just don't know how to fix this puzzle. Is that pipeline what I'm looking for? And they also help build suspense. I see. Okay. I see the puzzle here. Huh, I think I might actually be super stuck. Alright, 1 and 4 are locked in place permanently. 2 and 3 are the ones that for some reason I have to get into some sort of place. I don't think there was any puzzles here. I'm just double check. I don't think so. Nope, that was just the letter for the videotape. Alright, let me see. Will we is probably how it goes. Alright. Nothing that I can see here that indicates some semblance of whatever. And we definitely explored everything else this way. Maybe those are just like to represent cement blocks. Maybe they have nothing to do with it at all. I don't see them here. Okay, here is what I am guessing. I have a feeling this is a sequence of numbers that I'm going to have to deal with, but I'm not particularly sure how it's going to work. So I have 1 and 2. 1, I believe, is still locked in place. Double checking now. Yes, we turned off the flow of the water. This does not give us any insight, as much as I would love for it to give me insight. Okay. Let me see. 4 is already turned off, right? And double check that. I know 2 indefinitely is off. Yep, that one's off. So we looked at that, turned that off. So let's see. I'd be more helpful if a mango was too distracted to spot anything you might have missed. It's fine. I actually think it's a sequence of some sort. Something that does something else. Right? Musty smell from inside. Locked door. 1's locked. 2's locked. So, what I'm going to do is I think I'll just have to kind of finagle with it a little bit. So I'm going to turn on... Brittany says, darn you, mangoes. I'm going to turn on 3. I'm going to turn off 2 and see what that does to back to 3. No, it definitely doesn't work that way. Nope, still locked. Okay, that didn't do anything. And that's still high. It was an Alfonso mango, small but really sweet and mellow with a soft buttery texture. That sounds delightful. Wait a second, if I turn off 3, does that mean I... No, it's definitely off. The valve was still active. Oh. Oh, it required, really? That's what it was? Was it really that I had to just do this a couple times? It was a gift from one of the dog workers at work. Alright, let's see if it worked. It worked. How annoying. That Alfonso mango sounds delightful, by the way. Much more delightful than realizing that all I had to do was multiply touch the things. Pretty Time definitely says dog worker. Pretty Time said, I definitely heard you say dog workers at work. Aren't they? Alright, I clicked on this thing to the far left and said, look like the water drained out of that grate in the wall. There was a small metal key left floating in the shallow pool of rancid water. Did I take it? Yes. I pocketed the small key, but it was odd shaped, so I have no idea what it might open. Go, yay, we did it, team, especially me. Well, Alfonso mangoes and like the description of it opened up my brain cells, and that's how I did it. Yes, the metal key was floating, Mad Matt. Yes, it was. They didn't specify which metal it was. It could have been aluminum. I'm really trying to make excuses. All right, the safety poster had been definitely seen better days. How old was that facility? I am in final station, and I'm scared. This door was locked. I could see a faint light within. K-Dog, you are back. What did you miss in the last half hour? You missed literally only us trying to figure out how to turn off a water pipe, and I was a goober. So in the pipe system, this, if anyone ever watches this stream, is like, how do I get past that puzzle? It goes like this. 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns, 4 turns, or something along those lines. No, 1 turn, 2 turn, 3 turn, 1 turn. No, literally, that's all it was. Yes, Mad Matt also ate a mango and solved the puzzle, thus helping the team. There's so many doors. Where am I? There was a security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what happened. Maybe this VHS tape I found could be useful. Can I play it somewhere? I found another dead body. A sewer worker. By the wounds all over his face and body, I figured he'd been stabbed repeatedly. There was a keyring sticking out of his pocket. Did I take it? Yes. I thought about the knife I found with some disgust as I carefully picked the keys from his pocket. I was almost worried he was going to grab me. K-Dog says, Matt, I believe you have a mango for me. Well, it's better than the body I found. There was a hint of fresh air here. I must be near an exit. But I wondered, what on earth, what did the key I found on the sewer worker do? And what was on that videotape I found? So I could just exit, like right now? I could just leave. I could just go? I made my way up the ladder as best I could on my leg. Would I really need that gun or that knife before the end? I wondered what was on that VHS tape I found, or in that locked room. Should I have gone back to check? My head was buzzing with questions and tired thoughts as I ascended the ladder. Suddenly, as I lifted the heavy lid above me, I could smell fresh, old pine trees. The Rusty Gate sound is really kicking me here. I was relieved to be above ground again. I figured I should keep moving. Okay, so if I had gone back, I probably could have gotten some answers. Side note, if this game ends, we'll start a new one, because I do want to know what happened. But if I'm already at this point, might as well find out, right? Mad says, sorry, K-Dog, but mango time was the hour of 8. It is 9 now. You'll have to wait until once again it's at mango time in Africa. I tried the little key I had fished out of the murky puddle in the sewers. It fit, and I heaved the rusty door. The wind was picking up a bit. The night air had become strangely chilly. I'm gonna go out again, explore one more. Oh, what's in here? Oh. If you all are averse to squeaky noises, I apologize. Okay. The old train station was quiet as a tomb. The only sound that was increasing was that of the increasing wind buffeting the decrepit structure. Where the heck am I? The ancient ticket booth was falling apart and covered in dust and grime. Stacks of paper lined the counter and faded remains of old schedules and reports. Among the papers were newer-looking sheets covered in scribbles and illegible notes. Come to think of it, the man in that house had kept similar scribbles on the bookshelf. And he had notes on the water tower outside, too. I guess he could have been coming here, but why? What was he using the old station for? Mad says, great children love chain link mazes. No, they don't. This is not Silent Hill. This is a Disney movie, clearly. Disney Games. Home. A unique horror story. A map. An old map encased in glass hung on the wall. It was all the train routes connected to that old station. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. Of course, the map I found in those tunnels had a similar locations marked, and the notes I found on the other man's bookshelf. His notes mentioned the water tower, and even this train yard. What was he doing, coming back here? Oh, God. Hannah Montana goes to Elm Street. I'm done. I give up, everyone. Okay, so we made it out to wherever we are. Is this a bus? Did I find a new bus? Not a fan. The old train was ripped open, hanging from a shred of metal, as well as a broken fence. And hanging from a shred of metal, as well as from the broken fence, was a dark stained patch of cloth. It looked synthetic, like some kind of outerwear. Inside the train's shell, I could see a few faint impacts, like wounds. Could they have been bullet marks? Was somebody shot there? The ground was well worn, though. I couldn't really make anything out. I realized I was touching the gun I had found as a thought. Cool. Cool. Yay! We learn so much and learn more of nothing. Okay, so we've actually gone through all the places we can inside the station. So I guess we'll continue on our way. But I found where that key went, because I was pretty sure that I had explored everywhere on that map, so in that building. So where was I going to play a tape deck, you know? This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on that map I seen. Whoever was poking around in those tunnels underneath that house had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here, the sign pointed out various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river, maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. Okay, there's 2 underbrushes. This is fine. That low bell tone, that pedal tone that they keep playing on the piano is killing me. Strange how those leaks and ambient noise implying it was raining outside, but once you get outside, it's dry. Spooky. Spooky. Thanks, Mad Matt. Through the fence, I could see a dilapidated outbuilding. I wondered if I could find my way around. What did I just walk into? Hold on a second. I want to go back real quick. Yeah, I know, K-Dog, exactly. A dry, old picnic table sat lonely amongst the trees. It had carvings and marks from years of previous campers. As I tried to read some of the names and the marks, I idly thumbed the knife I'd found. If I wanted to, I could have carved something onto that table. Did I? Yes. With a few crude strokes, I etched a simple design into the wood. R+H. I felt like a teenager defacing a table. What's this? The path ended in a cold-looking river. I wasn't sure if it was safe to cross like this. Did I... Excuse me, did I cross it? Sure, why not? Oh, look, I made it. Huh? What was that? Oh! What is this? 2 bodies. 2 young women were half dug into a hasty, shallow grave between the trees. The younger-looking one was still face up, her dead eyes gleaming against my flashlight. I had no idea who these girls were. I didn't touch the gravesite, did I? Yeah, okay. I said this was a yes stream, right? I did. Mad Matt says, just randomly walking around the woods at night in Murder Town is a great way to run into the green group. I said no a couple times when it came to those puzzles. Does that mean I'm allowed to say no now? Yes, I tried to arrange the bodies so their clothes covered them better. I closed the young one's eyes, shivering at the sight touch. With a few nearby sticks, I created a head marker so the police could find them later. See? I did a good thing. Do I wade back? Yes. Now every time I go to this river, I'm sitting there thinking, like, I don't know if you guys have played Wasteland 3, but there's a sequence in there where you can, like, Drake and I did it, and we were playing through a section, and then we decided to make a choice, and then the song, Down in the River to Pray, as I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, right, that one, but in minor metal, and it was both glorious and terrifying. Yes, K-Dog. Alright, we're back at the beginning. I didn't do a good thing? Why, what do you mean? This is where we yell at the screen criticizing the horror movie protagonist. I did a great thing. Oh, okay. Thank you, K-Dog. I was like, but I put the clothes on. I made them not, I put a grave marker. Oh, what's this? A few embers still burned within the fire pit. I thought the two girls across the river, and I had to collect myself. 2 folding camp chairs were on the ground. One was knocked over. If those poor girls were here, then they obviously ran off. There were cans of beer spilled on the ground, and the dirt was kicked up. The cheap-looking 2-person dome tent only made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Had this campsite belonged to those girls? Quite possibly. I remember that song from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Yeah, that's one of the first places I heard of, and then realized then when I sang in chorus, like a year later, I was like, oh, it's an actual song. Not the beer. All right, so we actually came out of this one. We went this way, but Anne showed them some respect. Thank you, K-Dog. That's what touching the grave meant, though I was very worried. Where am I? Is that saying no? No? Okay. Let's go inside. Is this a bathroom? The grimy sink had a small patch in it that looked almost clean. There was a damp-smelling plank leaning against the stall door. I might have been able to cross the river with it. Did I take it? Sure. I managed to carry the plank under my arm so it didn't get in the way. I don't actually need it, I think, but I have it now just in case. Gave those bodies some dignity. Not an easy thing to do sometimes, I imagine, too. And this is where we get assaulted by the Candyman. No. I had finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I would never wanted to return there. Okay, so if you want more answers, by the way, we have to go back. So, in the spirit of trying to find some more answers, let's go back. The sign was the same as the first one I had seen. This must have been the exit to the other side of the woods. Okay. So, we found the campsite, but we're actually going to go this way. Oh, what's this? There were some personal effects shoved back into a rock. Wait, there was a notebook there too. Did I read it? Yes. Inside the cheap dollar store notebook was a page after worn page of names and lists. None of it made sense. The Newage page contained several names. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, Rachel. Rachel! Her name was last on the list and had a mark beside it in blue. The names Daphne and Olivia had been crossed out in the same blue ink. Cheryl, Heather, and Rose had also been crossed out, but those marks looked older and more faded. Oh, I think we discovered a serial killer. A terrible tragedy. Achievement unlocked. Piece together what happened in the woods. Not pleasant. Alright, so we found the campsite. If we go back this way, in the middle, now that you need to post those pages on the trees of some... Now you need to post those pages onto trees nearby so some skinny weirdo can have 15 minutes of fame. Yeah, probably. Alright, let me see. I think I am now actually officially lost. Oh no, we're back where we started. Okay, so we exited this way. And then... we went through here. I'm gonna go through here one more time just to be clear. Nothing that way. Nothing there. Gonna go through here. This is the campsite. This leads to that section there, which leads to here. Okay, which will lead to the outside. Alright, and this is the exit for that part of the thing. I don't think we're going to get any more answers from this playthrough. I think we would have to go back and see what we could find inside that building that we can't get back into. Okay. The forest started to thin out a bit, and through the trees I could make out parts of town beyond and the first hints of light. The mysteries of that forest were behind me, but I could still feel them on my neck beneath my warm breath. Those girls I had found. Someone had taken them to their campsite and had murdered them. Was it the same person who left that odd notebook? I was even more eager to get somewhere safe and find a way to reach Rachel. Oh, there's more? Okay. Let's find someplace safe. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a machinist all those years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. Should I go? Let's see. Go through the door first. Huh? You know, it'd be awesome. We go through the gate. The gate sounds good. Let's go through the gate. Not another victim. I took it from his uniform. You would think I'd be used to seeing these bodies by now, right? I took from his uniform that he was a security guard job there, just doing his job. His head had been severely beaten. His face was covered in blood. Dug into the ground was a cracked old watch. It was mine! I bought it on a trip out west with Rachel. I barely went a day without wearing it. It didn't look like it worked anymore. And it was heavy. Did I take it back my watch? Mad says, surely that gaping hole in the fence means you will not run into a scary bear from Annihilation. Even though it no longer ran, I clasped the watch to my wrist. I don't think I said that correctly, but you get what I meant. Clasped the watch to my wrist. Okay, so now we're going to enter this new building. And here I was, I think, oh, we're going to have the exit. Yay! No. I'm literally like walking through what feels like Kafka's no exit. Oh, what's this? One of the lockers hung open. Its contents were tossed around like someone had been looking for something. There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, snaking out to other parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear and the cobwebs have collected on the corners. The box wasn't receiving power. The door was locked shut, and there was a little electronics box under the handle. A sign was pasted on the front that said, "Danger, closed for repairs." The door was locked tight. It seemed to be connected to the power box beside it. So until I can get juice into this building, let's go up the stairs, right? This is fine. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotted. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. The board contained yellow clippings of newspaper cartoons and notices. There were notes to and from the guys that worked here. One of them was to Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. A power panel. It looked like it was shut off. Did I push the switch? Okay. The open locker was stuffed with a dirty work clothes and boots. There was a photo of a woman taped on the inside, but it was scratched out. The face was unrecognizable. A power panel looked like it was shut off. Oh, I need to do that to the other one too. Yep. Try again. There we go. This was shut tight. There was a rusty-looking card slot on the side. On the side. I read goods. Okay, so we're just turning on the power to this power plant that has been clearly abandoned. Our old break table. The layer of dust and grime only made seeing this sting more. LOL, the game actually takes a turn for the Kafka-esque, and the horror switches from spree killer to an oppressive, incompetent bureaucracy. That'd be a very unique horror game then, I'd give you that. This was Norman's locker. The door was dented, like someone had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked here. Another panel. I hope that could help me get the power back on. A utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? I have impressive inventory space, by the way. As I took the hammer, I noticed it wasn't as dusty as the rest of the tools on the shelf. The locker was complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, though, was a magnetic card. Did I take the card? Yeah, bet your bottom dollar I did. I need answers. I slipped the key card into my pocket. You got a full tool belt, Will, to you. I do. I have a lot of stuff going on, don't I? Yep, we're going to push the switch. There we go. Sweet, those two work together. Nice, nice. Do I still need this flashlight if I'm turning the power back on? Oh, look! I struck with the hammer. The old wooden boards came apart easily. After I had moved the planks, I left the hammer on the floor. Oh, go team. We made it. This was my locker, there in the factory. It stank of booze, and there was a picture of Rachel on the inside. It looked like it had been torn up. I thought I had taken that picture home when the factory closed. There was a mess of empty booze bottles. I wondered if that man in the house had something to do with this. He sure had a lot of alcohol in this place. I mean, we can keep trying to put two and two together, sir, but your locker smelled of booze, the house smelled of booze, lots of booze near your locker. Luciana says, I am feeling something really bad's gonna happen. No, it's a Disney movie. It's fine. Oh, that door opened now that the power was back on. Oh, wait. Before we go here, I want to open that magnetic door, which was on the other floor. The key card I found seemed like it would pass through this reader. Did I use the key card? Yes. The Sweet Life of Jekyll and Hyde. I slid the card through the old reader and turned the handle. What's that? There was some kind of ventilation hatch there. It looked like I could jump down to the room below. My leg hurt enough as it was, but I couldn't see another option. No, we're gonna say no because I still want to explore that other stuff first. If I was too chicken to do it before, why would I do it now? It's got a point, but... Why did we let the door close? The door had somehow locked itself again, and there was no keycard slot on this side. So, guess what we have to do now? Let's go. Jump. Oh man, my leg hurt like hell. There was a crumpled up letter on the floor. It had been scratched out heavily and it was hard to make out. Why did he even let that door close on him? Come on. We read the letter. Most of the letter was violently scratched out with what looked like a ballpoint pen. All I could make out was, need to. Just don't. Drinking. Need. Norman. Who was Norman writing to? Madman says, what an inefficient building flaw. Kafka strikes again. Right? I stepped out of the factory, glad to be rid of its smell, of its memories. But I couldn't stop thinking about that room with the bottles in it. Was that guard I found really drinking up there? What about Norman? And who had looted through all those lockers? I couldn't tell where I was as I looked around, but I figured I needed to get a road and find my bearings. Matt says, can nobody in this town write a coherent note? Maybe Norman could help. His store wasn't that far from the turn-off factory, if I remember correctly. Well, at the very least, now we know. And another playthrough, I'm going to have to go back through the first floor stuff first. This is fine. We're just going to go through this fence. There's only 11 achievements in this game, by the way, so pretty easy to 100%. Some trash cans. Huh. Oh, it vibrated. Oh, boy. Sounded like it was going to start raining again. Better get inside this bizarre building. I had entered Norman's place. This was back of the store where he ran. It was oddly quiet, except for the faint sound of a television. The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. It looked like I couldn't just pop it open. I'd need a key. There was a bit of blood on the keyhole. This is fine. This is fine. What the hell? One of Rachel's old autumn coats hung on the rack. That was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was it doing there? LOL, the 11th achievement is beat the game at 100% in 15 minutes or less. It is not. Inside the cabinet was a small but impressive collection of hunting rifles and shotguns and even a few items I didn't think were legal here. One of the slots on the rack was empty. The gun I had found seemed to match the others there. If the handgun was Norman's, what the heck was he doing with it? The gun would fit here. Did I place it back in the cabinet? Yes. I carefully pushed the piece back into place and felt a great burden lifted. Achievement unlocked. Close call. Discard a deadly item. We still have questions, though. Unlike Lone Survivor, I do not have to shoot anything. Oh, look, a TV. The TV still flickered some indecipherable channel. Oh! Oh no! I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my coworker and one of the few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been shot trying to get up. His eyes were wide with shock, though they were already drying. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? Norman, maybe you deserved better. You probably did. Did I close his eyes? Yes. I closed his eyelids down, shuddering as I did so. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace, or if I just couldn't stand to think any more about what was going on. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were rotter rings from 2 cups still there in the wood. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess, did I? Yes, you did. I found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash and pocketed it. I feel like I should be playing Final Station instead. Like, Final Station was just more along the lines of shoot everything, hope you have enough bullets. Ooh, what's that? What was this? It looked like a pull chain from the ceiling. I wonder where it led. Yes, pull the chain. I gave the chain a single tug and the simple folding ladder to the attic dropped down. I would like to point out this house is huge and a store. There was a large cardboard box that hadn't been sealed. Did I open it? Look, everyone's dead, so might as well. Matt says, oh good, now you can keep your hair in place. I can. I won't though. I opened up the old cardboard box and wasn't entirely surprised by what I saw. There were more of Rachel's things. More of my wife's clothes. Photos, shoes, even that old radio I gave her. Why, Rachel? What were you doing here with Norman? Not gonna lie, doesn't really explain. Can I not use this TV? I couldn't make out what was on the screen, but that glow just gave me the chills. I guess not. I thought maybe the TV had a VHS. Okay. So we figured out what's going on here. Rachel's, for some reason, was over here. Heaven knows why. I used the hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, canned goods. I never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. Madman says, the flashlight has a surprisingly good battery for a horror game flashlight. It's because I can't shoot anything. I need the flashlight. Otherwise, why would I play this game? The register was mostly empty and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. It had been weeks since I'd last seen Norman, and finding him that way still left me cold. Thinking of him slumped against the chair cemented my reassurance of getting rid of that gun. It looked like someone had taken that piece from his store. But why was it in those tunnels? As I stepped outside, I recalled that dusty old box of clothes in Norman's attic. I felt like I had only discovered more questions and no answers, but I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. Oh, look, it's actually raining now. Oh, I should probably check these doors. It was locked. Not the right gate. This gate was locked tight. This is not my house. I can't go back once I go through a door. Interesting. That door would only lead me out back. I had to find my house. The neighborhood's local post box. A letter was sticking out, as if someone hadn't pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but... Did I look at the letter? Yes, I did. The envelope was addressed to Norman. No return address, but the handwriting looked familiar. I took a deep breath and tore open the package. Norman, I'm sending this to you in a letter because I'm afraid to tell you this in person. What we did, well, it was wrong. My husband isn't an easy man to be with, but he is my husband and your friend. I need some time to sort this out, away from you both. I'm going away for a while. I'm going to tell him, Norman, so don't you think that you can hold that against me. Maybe we'll work it out. I'm not sure I even want to, but at least he deserves that much. Goodbye. We have some answers. Slowly but surely we get answers. So they had an affair. And war. Letters sticking halfway out of mailboxes are almost always part of social experiments. This is true, and I think I saw blood. I had entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. I held my breath as I approached our back door. I was terrified to step inside. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was breathing, my own breathing, ragged and strained. I flicked the light switch by the door. The power was off. I remember having breakfast here, on this very table. Was that yesterday or sometime before? The door to the basement was locked. Where had I put the darn key? The front door was locked from the inside. I couldn't go out, though. I needed to see if Rachel was here. The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole under the handle. Our television. I had purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt guilty about it afterward, but by then it was too late. Oh, I think that's an Xbox. Also, is that like a living room in the second floor? Our hallway mirror had been smashed, its pieces scattered around the floor. Our sink, which needed to be replaced. One of the taps always stuck, but I hadn't gotten around to fixing it yet. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those old, wonderful claw-footed bathtubs. Mad says, dang horror puzzle characters and their insistence on locking everything, then leaving keys in random places about the house. Yeah, right? Am I gonna find Kareen in the basement with her? My laptop had been left on, and only had a little bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the top drawer of my desk. Did I take it? Yes. The books there were half mine, half Rachel's. Now that I look more closely, it looked like the men in that house had the same books that I did. My wife's. Rachel's suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed, but I had a feeling what was in it. Did I open it? Yes. Rachel's suitcase contained clothes, toiletries, and a train ticket. Is this what you were going to do with Norman? No, we already read the letter. Don't do all that. We're out of order. What's in the box? Did I not find the key? I wasn't. It also was a suitcase. We don't find heads in suitcases. I unlocked the basement door. Let's not forget the keys in the fridge. Throw the first rock. Yeah. In this box, there were old Christmas decorations in the box. The garbage bags were always stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key here. Did I take the key? Yes. I took the small key and tried to remember what it unlocked. There were old clothes, tools, and things we hadn't obviously thrown out yet. I had put up this divider wall last summer so we could create a separate room in the basement. And I hadn't finished it yet, so the door was stuck and the drywall was poorly installed. I might have been able to break through if I had found something heavy enough. Well, let's go open that other door. Random key 2 or 3. Yeah, I know, right? The grimy key I found in the basement unlocked the basement door, or unlocked the door. It looked like the room had been tossed around. Furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here? There was an old crowbar on the floor. Did I need to take the crowbar? Yes, we do. I lifted the heavy crowbar. I appreciated its weight. Am I about to black cat my way through this? Alright, let's go break down the wall. Did I break through the wall with the crowbar? Yes. With a heave, I swung the crowbar at the wall. I smashed the hole large enough to step through. As I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down here? Was she okay? This is a very long basement room. Where are we even living? Mad says, let me guess. You'll discard the crowbar for some silly reason after breaking the wall. You know, details. This is a very long room. Don't look. I think that's what it's saying. Don't look. A filthy looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench of them was awful and made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile to see what lay within, but I knew I had to. I had come this far. After all this searching, after all that I had seen, when I looked in the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? Wait, we get to choose whether he found Rachel or not? What do you think, chat? Was Rachel in the rags or not? The game's like, what do you think? Did you find Rachel? I don't know. Maybe she's off doing... Luciana says, yes, ma'am. She's like, we found her. There's a closure. We found a lot of dead bodies. Did we take out the whole town because Rachel was having an affair? Goodness gracious. All right, we have one vote for yes. I think probably yes. So let's see what happens. Did you forget the yes rule? Oh no. My hands trembled as I pulled back the layers of cloth. There, at the center, under the dirt and mess, was my beloved, my Rachel. Her arms were bruised and all over and slashed repeatedly. Her clothes were ripped and torn. And even through all that sickening blood, it was obvious she had been stabbed to death. The knife I carried all this way suddenly seemed like a poison. What had happened to Rachel? Who did this to you? I thought about all that I had seen and wondered if any of it could help me figure out who had done this. And when I couldn't stay there any longer, I stepped away on shaky legs and made my way back upstairs. Reluctantly, exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. All right, we went with realize your worst fears, a grim discovery. Maybe I would use some of Rachel's travel books and find some place to go. Keep in mind, we didn't even see like the VHS tape. Apparently we missed, what's this? This was the old folder of that other man and his wife. I had assumed. I found it in that house. I recalled those faded remains that I had found deep underneath his house. What had he done there? Well, what did I think? Was that man involved in this whole mess somehow? What kind of story is this? Wait a minute, isn't this Rachel? This is Maud? I've been had. That would be bad. Here we are. Definitely. Those tunnels, the odd tools in his house, the reins of his wife. He wasn't innocent, that's for sure. Now I'm just making sure I didn't miss something. Here, it was the key card I found in the factory that allowed me to slip through the door. It seemed to me that it was probably Norman's, but if that was true, what was he doing back at the plant? Did I think Norman was going back to the factory? Huh. I think it's actually asking me to end the game with all these questions. But let's try it, yeah. It must have been him. He must have been using the old locker room. The laptop had finally run out of power. The reflection in that grimy glass was only a shadow, a whisper. I still loved the old-time charm of that claw-footed bathtub, though it seemed like a cold comfort then. Within the few broken pieces that remained of the mirror, I could see my face had grown pale and weak. I couldn't bear to look again. It was like I didn't actually expect the reflection. I felt empty and drained. Oh, good God. My old office sat on this floor. I used it to keep tax records and other documents in it. It used a digital passcode lock, but I didn't have the code. Maybe I left it somewhere. I leafed through the notebook that I had taken in the forest. In it were names that had been written down. Those poor girls, I read the names already. Those poor girls, were they the same victims of the same person who had killed Rachel? Madman says, my wife may be murdered and all the town's butchered, but I'll always have my bathtub. I wonder what happened to the other names on that list, the ones that scratched out on that, or the ones that scratched out on that desk in those wet tunnels. Hey, claw-footed bathtubs. They're not cheap, you know. It was the letter I had taken from the postbox. Rachel, were you really having an affair with Norman? But why? I didn't think things were that bad. In the letter, Rachel seemed concerned. She almost seemed worried of what Norman might do. Did he do that to Rachel? Now I'm beginning to question my own reality here. Yes, I was sure of it. She wanted to end their affair, and that bastard killed her for it. It made sense. Norman was clearly seeing Rachel a lot, so he had plenty of time to plan it out. He knew where we lived, obviously. Is that why Rachel looked so scared when I came home that day? What had happened to me? Did Norman knock me out or something? Keep in mind, this is the yes stream. I still have no idea what's on that tape I found in the garbage. If only I had found a way to watch it. From now on, I'd have no one to get angry with. Have no one to get angry with me for stupid things like buying this TV. Man, now I have to go through one more playthrough just to find out what was on that freaking tape. It seemed like I had seen all there was. Maybe, I thought, I was ready to go back into the basement. Maybe there would be no more dinners here. No more chit-chat over breakfast. Not for us. Alright, to the basement. What's this? If I was guilty, I could take this to a warm, safe place and do something about it. Do I pick up the knife? Sure, why not? I took the knife and I kept it firmly in my hand. I needed to put an end to this situation one way or another. What end? Everyone's dead! Like, literally dead! Alright, so where do I put the knife? It turns out it was just episodes of MS Court on the Sci-Fi Channel. Let's see. Did I leave the house forever? Peered at the knife, turned away. A warm place, I thought. Where could that be? Alright. The... outside? I must have locked the door. There's no reason to go to the backyard anyway. Well, I was going to throw the knife outside. I guess that's not what a warm place is. I have no idea what warm place means. Also, who's the man that we keep referring to? We just woke up randomly in his house? Is this a warm place? Nope. I probably should have left it in the basement at this point, but who knows. If only you'd pick up the thermometer in the murder basement. Oh, here we go. Some papers. There was a yellow sticky note with an 8-digit code on it. Did I take it? Yes, I'm not going to remember it. The code looked like it might be for the safe, but what kind of code is that? I am sure doing a lot of walking for someone with a busted leg, by the way. The code I found should have let me access the safe. Did I try to open it? Yes. I pulled open the small safe door and peered inside. There was a photo of there and Rachel and I when I first moved into this town. In it, we were smiling outside the front of the house, which looked like a real mess. We looked happy, though. Odd. I couldn't remember who took that photo. Inside the safe was also an envelope. The front of it read, "Do not open until I tell you." I guess this was as good as time as any to see what was inside. Did I open the envelope and read what was inside? Drake says, "Hey, Drake, I hope you're feeling better." Should have got the doctor's note to take time off for that. What doctor? Everyone is dead. we found them in various stages of demise. The safe code was leak speak. I tore open the envelope and removed the yellow lined paper inside. On it was a letter written in a hand that looked familiar. The letter read, "I know this whole event has been probably difficult. You can't imagine how hard it's been for me." Well, maybe you can. That isn't meant to be an excuse, but, well, I hope you can better understand why I've done what I've done. Moving to this town seemed like such a dream. A quiet place to get out, established, live out our lives, and to be together. But you know as well as I that things quickly changed. Your drinking was one thing, but as you grew more distant, as you retreated into that world of yours, well, it was clear you didn't need me as much. In fact, maybe you never needed me at all, but it took all this to make you realize. In the end, though, you may never forgive me for this. You may never forgive yourself, but it's probably for the best. You'll be healthier for this. I'm just sorry it had to happen this way. Rachel. Secret documents, achievement unlocked. I opened the safe. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to pause it. No. I went, no. What? No. Home. Play game. There we go. And you're back, right? My bad. Okay, I still don't know what to do with this freaking knife. Alright, we're looking for a warm place somehow. The bathtub? They love the bathtub. The old clawfoot bathtub hadn't been nearly cleaned enough. Still, it would probably do. If I wanted to, I could use the knife to finally end it. Question was, did I think I deserved it? Did I? Was this my fault? Did I deserve to die? Okay, I would like to point out, while yes, I am saying this is a yes only stream, in this one instant, I will make the exception. I don't want to play that game on stream, so no. As painful as this all was, I didn't lay blame on myself. At least not to the point where I was going to do that on my stream. This is 13 plus. Heck no, you didn't. Though I will say this, I am still not fully convinced Norman killed all those people. Let's be real. LOL, you found a non-8-bit loading realm in that save. Okay, so when it says a warm place, did it mean my neck, my blood, my veins? I'd rather just put it in a bookshelf. No matter what, I needed some kind of escape. How about we just enter through the front door? Let's try the basement one more time. Drake says, doctor's note said clearly no knife in the bathtub. Yeah, that would be a very important doctor's note. Let's go back to the basement, see if Kareen's still down there. Luciana, you okay? What? This is clearly the work of multiple killers that happen to kill everyone at once. It sure seemed like it. I've literally walked through the entirety of this town. Not one living soul. Everything dilapidated and decrepit. All right. So at this point, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to go ahead and leave the house for now. Instead of doing the other thing, I'd rather leave the house. I'll play the game again for that particular ending, but I hope that's not an achievement. Oh, that would be terrible. Living in this town hadn't been easy. The plant had helped in some way to stay grounded. It helped me keep in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. I had MRIs and piles of doctor's reports, but nothing seemed to help, not even drinking. But I swear, I tried to give it up. I know it. The sleepwalking never went away, though. But I know Rachel had tried. I know she had tried to be there for me, even when things were falling apart. This night had unearthed terrible truths. But I knew it was the final act of a long-standing horror that I'd been living. Waking up in that house tonight was the final cruelty. I wish I had remained unconscious in that room forever. It was obvious to me that the man I had found in that house had something to do with all this. Could he have killed Rachel? It started to seem that there were too many things that I'd seen to think otherwise. Now that I thought of it, those sewers were a terrible mystery. What happened there? I was lucky, in my way, to even find my way out of there, but I never did find out what was on that tape that I now kept. What might it have shown me? Even more troubling were those poor girls I found in the terrible woods, half hidden in a shallow grave. Their secret deaths seemed like the ultimate defiling. If I hadn't found them, would anyone have done so? Would they have even been missed? I vaguely recalled the desk I had seen in those tunnels, the names etched there. Someone had killed those girls. Was it that man? It was clear, at least, that Norman had been going back to the old plant. Maybe he was the one that boarded up that locker room, who had been drinking up there in that secret hiding place, which I doubt. So, he had killed that guard then? He must have. Maybe he was found out, or the guard caught him on patrol. Darn it, Norman, why? After the factory, I thought I might have some solace if I could just get to Norman's store, but all I found there were more horrors, more questions. And now that I really consider it, that's when I should have seen it coming. Norman, you are dead. And it was hard to feel bad about that. It was clear that you and Rachel were more than just friends, but obviously whatever had been going on had gone badly. So why did you kill her? Did you want out of whatever you two were getting into? Were you responsible for the other murders and those horrible things that had gone on in that town? I would find no peace, that much was certain. But this way I didn't have to look you in the eye or sit through some kind of trial and wonder what was going through your head. When I marched through the rain towards home, I was desperately clung to the hope that this would end. And I guess in a way it did. But how could I have known how hopeless it all was? I started to feel disoriented when I sleepwalked. To think of it now, coming through the back door and into the kitchen should have tipped me off that something was horribly wrong. There was no sound of a television, radio. Even the air was still. But seeing Rachel there, lying ruined and discarded in the basement, that was a horror I could have never imagined. That other man I found was involved in all this. I knew it. But it was Norman, that traitorous, who had done the deed. Whatever was going on, he was the one that took Rachel from me. I hated him for it more than I could possibly express. But it offered no strength, no solace. Rachel was gone now. And I was too. Forever. As I swung open the door and stepped out into the air, I caught a scent of wet grass, fog. Rachel, my beautiful wife. Just the thought of her again, cold and inert, shook me from head to toe. What would I do now? Who could I turn to? It would only be a matter of time before the police got involved, before the neighbors knew. The front of the lawn was soft, beneath my feet, and I couldn't shake the urge that I couldn't stand there, but rather that I should run. That's the end of the game. Achievement unlocked. 2 hours. We got through it, but there's more questions. Just sleepwalking into various scenes. Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. All right. So that is one playthrough of Home, a unique horror story dedicated to his wife, Nancy. Watch her back. Is there platinums or more trophies? Yeah, there are more trophies. Okay, Luciana. Excuse me, Luciana says, let's do it again and go for a no run. Let's see. All right, stick around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some water and we're going to do a no run, which means I feel like we'll have way less answers. All right. Here we go. We also know how to solve all those puzzles that we did before, too, so that's nicer. Here we go. A no run. We recommend that you put aside an hour and a half, 2 hours in this case, and complete this in a single sitting, which we are going to do. It shouldn't take us as long nearly as this time, because this time was like a lot. All right. I'll still read everything, though, for anyone that's joining. All I remember at that point was finding myself alone. Oh, my head. Where was I? It was so dark. We wake up. There was something by my feet, a flashlight. All right. No runs. Here we go. That house. Where was I? There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? Ah, that cat. Mad Matt's favorite section there of the falling apart stuff. The desk had some computers and papers on it. Did we open a drawer? No. No, we did not. Maybe it was better that I left the desk alone. Yay, a denial run. A 2-year-old who hasn't learned to say yes yet run. Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my shoes and pants. Oh man, I had to get out of there. All right, so we decided not to take on anything in the dark, or in that desk. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg, I wonder? All I could really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. She was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head, and I tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs and try to find a way out. Shelf was full of books. The owner of the house really knew the area. In these really large houses, by the way. An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for 2 people. Dozens of beer cans and bottle dishes. A black and white photo of a man that he took upstairs. No reason for me to keep it? No. I figured this was no help to me, so I left it behind. We're gonna not help that mouse because apparently that's just the no run here. It's killing me. I'm gonna ignore it. Let's see. Collection of rusty tools. He already looks like another person. I found a picture of the couple. It looked like it had been moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? No. The only reason I think I might have to say yes to that one is because I think it's the only way to unlock the door, but we're going to double check real quick. Ignore the mouse because I can't deal with that. Oh! Right. The door was taped by the smell. This was the kitchen. The door was locked, but it didn't look like there was a keyhole. Maybe I could find another way to open it. Okay. I don't actually remember this section. The bathroom was incredibly clean. Every surface had been thoroughly wiped, and nothing seemed out of place. There was a photo development tray lying on the floor, some leftover negatives sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. I don't think there was anything in here. My clothes were dirty and torn, mud all over my shoes. I am gross. The front door was blocked by a bunch of furniture. I had to find another way out. Was this the one that... Okay, for some... You know what? We didn't help that mouse. So, who untaped the door? There were sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like a series of names written down, but they were too smudged to read. I could only make out a few notes. Key card, locker, last one. Didn't make much sense. Okay. So I think in order to progress forward, I have to say yes to that one thing, because I think that's the only way to unlock this door. Yeah. So in order to progress the story, this is the only yes that we're going to have to make. And it's a puzzle yes. Ignore the mouse. If I click on the mouse, I'm going to say yes, so I just have to resist. I found a picture of a couple. It looked like it had been moved a lot. There seems to be a switch behind it. I must push the switch. It depressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a click somewhere. Now we can exit through the door. Oop, my bad. Wrong door. He's walking more smoothly, too. Lightly limping. The switch in the wall appeared to unlock the door. Alright. The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. Obviously had been moved before. Maybe I had found a way out. Alright, in this case, I'm also going to say yes because it's just a way to move the story forward. Has nothing to do with choice. I heaved the box forward, and it finally gave. There was a ladder going to the underground where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down the ladder? Yes, otherwise the story doesn't move forward. My leg hurt like heck as I climbed down that ladder. The tunnel below was even darker, and the smell wasn't getting any better. But I had to get out of there and find my way home. Footprints in the dirt looked like more than one kind. A lot of traffic. I still am never going to know what's on that... What's it called? Was this it? Newspaper clippings from local newspaper, all about the murders in town over the last few years. There were photos. Photos of our house. What the heck was that about? I should have looked into this more and tried to find more information. I mean, we tried. Let's be real. Oh, 1 second. Had to get a little more comfortable. He seems like a different personality. Sure does. Walking differently. A work table covered in papers and dirt and guns. We do not take the guns. I didn't even want to touch the thing. Better I left it right where it was. I looked at everything before moving on. I mean, we had, but we're just doing a no run. There we are. Moving forward. It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. What was this place? I still have no idea what this place is. The desk looked old and caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded papers with what looked like names. They were scratched out, and illegible notes were written in them beside them in blue ink. He, iv, e, eh. None of it made any sense to me. There's bones, right? Because that's just normal what you find here. Bones half dug into the ground. The remains look old. Who put them there? That's up. Some kind of homemade rack slung together with poorly cut wood, caked with old blood. Yeah, someone didn't use that rack. Crudely made shelves holding cans of corrosive, labels worn and slick, with warning labels still on them. A cage, small, but something coating the bottom, something wet. We're getting no answers, by the way. Like, not one answer I'm getting. Some kind of old boxes. They look like they were years old. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remember throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. Okay, so we pieced together at the very least that we threw out some stuff and they ended up inside this house. I could scare away the bats. Go team, go. I remember noticing the broken ladder, and I had to be careful. There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take the rope? Technically speaking, I do not think that this is necessarily a plot moving thing, so I didn't think it would hold me, so I left it. Right, that skeleton whispers at you. Alright. Here we go. I don't remember if I jumped down there or if I found another way. It looked to be a long way. Did I jump down? Okay, so at this point, if we're going to go ahead and take the no section of it, we're probably going to do some of the opposite things. The only opposite that I will not do is saying yes to slitting myself in the bathtub. That's the only one that I won't do. So, what do you think, Luciana? Still in the spirit of saying doing the opposite of what we did? Shall we go ahead and jump instead? Well, I take a sip of drink. Maybe by the time we get to the... Alright, Luciana, what I'm going to assume is you meant no as in like... Wait, oh, she said wait. No, wait. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I chose no the first time because I had a rope, so I decided to use a rope to get down instead of jumping. I thought that's what you say. So, we're going to say yes to jumping instead of using the rope this time. Oh, man. Opposite? Got it. All right. So, if I made a choice, the opposite we will take. I think if you don't mind, though, I will go ahead and keep the same choice for the bathtub. Which I don't think I can do anyway, because I have to not take the knife. I'm limping even worse than before, and I hear some faint humming up ahead. Oh, he's limping more. We will just be dragging ourselves by the end there. A bunch of old newspapers, a message hastily smeared on it, keep out of danger due to cave-in. That jump really aggravated my leg. It hurt more than ever. So, aw, poor guy. I'm sorry we're doing this to you. It's Luciana's fault. Those tunnels, though, what did the man upstairs up to? What was he doing there? As I peered past the heavy metal door into the gloom, I started to second-guess myself. Maybe I should have taken that gun I found. Yes, I agree. No cowards on stream. There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet, and there was grass smeared in it. I could hear a faint trickling of sound. Alright, just to double check where we were here. This was the trash. Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags with rips and tears. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? Nope. I didn't want to keep hauling junk around. Alright, so this time, the tape that we still don't know what's on it, we're just going to leave it behind this time. Alright, so... there was a rusty ladder sunk into the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew that I couldn't climb down that. So, we're going to turn off the water. A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? No. I was relieved to leave that filthy knife right where I found it. Besides, we might give ourselves tetanus. Is it just me? Or is all that louder than normal? Or am I just remembering it wrong? Alright. So we turn this water valve once. So like I said, this is to move the story forward. So this has nothing to do with choices. Regulator, no idea how it worked. I'm still curious. Where on earth was I going to find a freaking videotape thingy? And still active. And we turn it. Now it's off. And we turn this. And we turn this. And we turn this. And we turn this. Cool. So now we've turned off everything. I feel like getting back to our house is going to be so slow. So we leave the knife. And we're going to go down the steps. I looked like the water drained out of that grate into the wall, but there was a small metal key left floating in the shallow pool of rancid water. Did I take it? No. But I'm not sure if I actually need that key. I don't think so, so I'll say no for now. I think we'll be okay. It will force us back here if we need to go get it. That's the safety. Door was locked. Faint light within. What's this again? I found another dead body. A sewer worker. He was a mess, but he looked like he'd been stabbed. I could see a key ring that had fallen out of his pocket. Did I take it? No, I didn't want to get any closer to the dead man. I left the keys where they were. Same thing for that one. If I need to go get it, I will. But if I don't need to, I won't. There's a security camera in this room. There must have been a way to see what happened. Yeah, we never found a security room, did we? I could smell the... I know how to get the security tape now. Oh, I am such a goober. But we won't do it in this run. And I'll leave that mystery to anyone that would like to play this game on their own. I could smell the fresh hint of air in there, but I was anxious to leave. I was worried I might have missed something. We're leaving. Do what? You want me to go? Oh, so remember the videotape that I didn't go to get this time? But the first time I went to go get the videotape, but the second time I didn't. The first time, I think I didn't go back to unlock one of the locked doors. And that would have had the videotape room where I could have watched what was on the tape. So we can go back and get the... I'm not sure, actually. I don't remember where the tape is. If the tape's in a place where we can't go back and get it, which I believe it might be, then we can't watch it anyway. But if we can go back and do it. Yeah, let's go back and check it and see if we can do it. Let's see if we can go back and find it. It's like... Oop. Wrong spot. So we're gonna go back down. Remember, there's that locked door that says it has a faint. I did a thing to the camera. There's no camera here. So let's go get the VHS. There's a locked door with a faint light. I think I should have gone in there. I'm gonna double check. So we'll take the tape now, and we'll see what we see. Okay, so now, so this room was locked, faint light. I believe that's a TV monitor light. So now we're gonna go to this room. We're gonna grab the security keys from this guy. We did this before, but we ended up not using any of those keys. We'll take the keys. I worked with the nerve to snatch the key ring away from him and pocketed them. So now we'll go back down and see if maybe I was right. Yep, I used the key ring to unlock the door. The shelf is full of security tapes, was strictly organized, although covered in dust. Looked like the tape I found was one that was missing from the shelf. So here we go. We can actually watch the videotape now. Let's check it out. There was a dusty VCR on the security desk, and I wonder what was on the VHS tape I found. Do I play the tape? In this case, because we never saw what was on the tape before, let's do it now. Oh no. The video showed a man right there in the sewers being attacked. The tape looked fuzzy and stretched, like somebody had tampered with it. It looked like there could have been two men. So, possibly two men that killed that sewer guard? There you have it. That was on the tape. Let's continue forward with our semi-opposites. That's it? What? Were you expecting to find a definitive answer? This is not that kind of horror game. The thought of that videotape still gave me chills. Who was it that didn't want to be seen? And what was in that locked room? I gingerly climbed the ladder, my leg protesting each step of the way. Suddenly, that awful smell gave way to the dank scent of pine trees. I was expecting one big revelation. No, you were definitely not going to get that. Not in a game like this one. This is like trolley game, but no real concrete answers. I don't think you're supposed to really know what happened. An old ladder leading up to an ancient water tower. The ladder needed extending so I could climb it. Did I extend the ladder? Oh, well, how about this? We never went there before, so let's check out this place, shall we? Let's extend the ladder, something we never did in the last playthrough. I popped the latch and brought the ladder down. Because I didn't realize I could look up. So, hey, look at that. Now I can go up. This water tower that we went to. Maybe this will give Luciana more answers. Unlikely, but maybe. In a patch of smeared dirt and grass, there was a beat-up old wallet. I thought it was mine. Did I take it? Huh. So, Luciana, we're in a no run. So, but we've never been up here before. So do you still want me to take it or just kind of like continue my no run with this one? What do you think? This might not have any more Excuse me, I need more drink. Now we go have some answers. How about this? I'm going to take it to see if it gives us something new that we might have missed. Yeah? Yeah, there you go. Yes. The wallet was missing ID cards, but it had a bit of cash left into it. I slid it into my pocket and wondered where my credit card and driver's license were. Okay. From the railing, I could see over through the woods and down to the entrance of the sewers. Had I come through here before? If I did, someone definitely could have seen me. It was getting cool up there, and I shivered with the uneasy sense of what was to come. How did I get home from here? All right, so we got very limited knowledge here, and I don't think Luciana's going to be thrilled. But something new. I guess let's go this way. A heavy padlock, rusted door. I tried the key ring I got from the sewage, but none of the keys work. So this was where that little key that we would have gotten was. We don't need it, though. Okay. So now, I think we go through this one. I trampled into the dirt with a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off and was surprised to see it was my credit card. Wait, what? I don't remember this. I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take back my credit card? Wait, do you guys remember seeing the credit card in the last run? Just out and about in the woods? I don't remember my credit card being just kind of lying around, do you? Yeah, you don't either? Alright, I'm gonna take it back because I don't recall it being in the thing. I can put it back in the wallet that we... Maybe because we found the wallet, that's why we found the key. That's why we find the thing, right? That must be it. I'm gonna take it back. Yeah, I didn't think so. Hopefully I could drive by. So literally it was because we found the wallet. And it was in the woods. Through the fence I could see a dilapidated outbuilding. I wonder if I could find my way around. No idea. No, no, no. Oh, this was where we take the wood plank. We don't need it. I'm actually going to avoid going to that section. If I go there, I'm probably going to want a yes again. So forgive me if I just avoid that place entirely. Kind of like the mouse. If I interact with the mouse, I'm going to want to free it. There was a fire pit here. It was still a bit warm and a few embers burned at the bottom. 2 folding camp chairs were on the ground, one knocked over, and a couple of cans of beer spilled on the ground. The cheap domed tent slept 2 people. I shone my flashlight inside and could see some bedrolls, 2 backpacks, and a cooler. So this is what it would say if we found this first before going across the river. Alright, when I get here, by the way, my controller vibrates and it freaks me out. There was some personal effects shoved back in the rock. A notebook. Did I read it? No, I just wanted to get the heck out of those woods. Alright. I am lost. Alright, I think I'm finding my way backwards. Okay, so we're here. We went through that one. Now let's go through this one. The worn picnic table stood within a circle of trees, covered in faint markings and carvings from what I assumed to be previous campers and hikers. Ah, I hear the river. I am going to avoid it. I hope you don't mind. I just can't do it. Based on the last 3 playthrough, I think it's good enough to leave it as that, as it was. The way we did it was the better way. Okay, so we're gonna move this way. We're gonna move forward. All right, from here. This was a campsite. We went this way. Pretty time. So how many games has a spooky killed you? I mean, I've had a couple of heart attacks. Does that count? I can't find the exit. I can't find the outside now. Like, I'm actually... I may have to go to that river. Oh, nope, here we go. We found it. Here's the exit. I had finally found the exit. Once I knew, I never wanted to return there. Once I left, I never wanted to return there. All right. So we did all of the negatives, all the opposites that we did. We decided not to take the gun. We didn't cross the river. We did not leave our names inside the thing because we didn't have the knife, right? All those stuff that we did last stream, we didn't do. We did find the water tower and we did find our credit card and our wallet inside that. I have a feeling I know where the driver's license is, but I don't want to go find it. Because if I'm right, it's where those bodies were. And I don't think I want to do that. Because I will then be like, yeah, I'm going to put a marker. Alright, so we exit. Finding that campsite had been strangely unsettling, and I couldn't imagine why anyone would abandon their camp in the middle of the day, in the middle of the night, especially in that dark forest. This is what he says if you don't find the 2 girls in the park. I was relieved at least to be out of there. Even now, as I peered through the dense trees, I could see cracks of light in the bit of land beyond. I must have been getting closer to town, but where exactly was I? If you left and came back plenty of time, we actually completed the first run, and we are now doing an opposites run. Basically not doing the things we did the first time. And the resulting dilemmas that we find inside them. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a machinist all those years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago, and times were better then. I thought I could hear the faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. Did I go back here? Yeah, I found the body of the security guard, just doing his job, no doubt. His face was covered with blood from some kind of head wound. I wondered, was this flashlight his? I dug into the ground with a cracked old watch. First my wallet, now this? Did I retrieve my watch? We retrieved it the last time, so no, I'm going to leave it here this time. It looked like someone had tried to smash it. It was no use, so I left it where it was. We found the wallet on top of the water tower. Alright. Good. And it locked behind us. Lovely. One of the lockers hung open. Its contents were tossed around like someone had been looking for something. The door was locked shut and there was a little electronic box under the handle. A sign was pasted, "Danger close for repairs." The door was locked tight. It seemed to be connected to the power box beside it. As you recall, the last run, we never went into that room down there. So, this time, we're going to unlock the power buckets and go through that door. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotted. I noticed the old bulletin on the wall. The board contained yellowed clippings of newspaper cartoons and notices, and notes from the guys that worked here. One of them was to Norman, one of the older guys who was on the line. a power panel. I'm gonna push the switch because we did it last time but never went through the door. So I'm gonna do that. Open locker was stuffed with dirty work clothes and old boots. Photo of a woman and taped inside was scratched out and the face was unrecognizable. Okay. Alright, we went through this door before, but because we got the key card last time, we're going to go ahead and not get the key card this time, since for some reason, it didn't work out in our favor last time. Who knew? Alright, that's where we used to have brakes. Door had been hastily boarded up. Printing of Time says, sounds like some butterfly effect stuff. It does seem like, while it's not a strictly I would not call it strictly a choices matter game. You do make choices. And they can affect your outlook on the situation, which is more interesting. As far as horror games are concerned, it's not one of those kind of games that would be like, how do you call it? This is a clear answer. I'm gonna say no, but I think I need that claw hammer in order to unlock the last power button, but I'm not actually sure. So let me go downstairs and see if that door is open. If it is, then I didn't need it. Oh, it's good. Okay, we're good. We don't need it. With the power box working again, the door was unlocked. Do I go through? In this case, we're going to go through because we didn't do it last time. I pushed the handle and stepped through the door. A rack of flashlights hung on the wall. One of them was missing. So, like the flashlight we're holding? Excuse me. I stopped noticing the dull ache in my leg when a terrible sensation wormed down my spine. Even in the cool air, everything felt too close. I never felt alone or unmolested. I tried to tell myself it was just the sight of that dead guard that was throwing me off. The poor bastard. Looked like he had been done in while on patrol. Was the flashlight I carried his? How did I come to possess it then? As I looked around the wet yard, it seemed less of a blessing and more of a mysterious omen. I had to keep moving, though. Had to find Rachel. Okay, so we didn't need to go in there anyway, so there we are. We found a truck. This is new. A rusty old truck had careened off the road into the guardrail. Its front was crushed and its windows had all smashed. Judging by the rust, it had been there a while. So in this instance, we didn't really know about Norman that much. Like, we found nothing really relating to him, minus that he was an old guy. The garbage bin was disgusting mess of rotten food and slick black bags. I saw a greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license and it looked damaged. Okay, so we found our driver's license here. So that means what I thought was where I thought it was going to be, it was not. So that's fortuitous. So go team. I will take it back, however, because we found our wallet and now we have a driver's license. And remember, when we first walked past this area, those trash cans were not available to us. I cleaned the card off as best I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed to have found my credit card in the forest. And now this. I tucked the card into my wallet next to my credit card. Sounded like it was going to start raining again. I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store he ran. It was oddly quiet, except for the faint sound of of a television. This time we kind of find out about ourselves. Yeah, we do. We found out a little bit more about the way that we were functioning this time. Our credit card, our wallet. Less external sourcing, more internal. That's why I say it doesn't seem like this game is lended toward a choices matter as much as a choices change perception. All right, so that's the front of the store. So, right, we found Rachel's coat, one of Rachel's autumn coats hanging on the rack in Norman's bedroom. There was a well-maintained gun cabinet here. I didn't know much about guns, but it looked like he kept a few hunting rifles. We never took the gun from the other house, so there's nothing to put back. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my coworker, one of my few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been killed trying to get up. His eyes still wide with shock. What was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? Do I close his eyes? No. Sorry, Norman. But at that moment, I was too confused to worry about you. I needed to find Rachel and to find some answers. Here we found that dinner table. Kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess. We did not. I was already filthy and exhausted, and I didn't want to keep rooting around in the garbage. Okay, so this time, unlike last time, we didn't root around the garbage. There was a pull chain hanging from the ceiling. We'll leave it alone. Somehow I was too afraid to see what was up there. Maybe that was for the best. We did find out last playthrough what was up there. But this time, our character has no idea. The entrance to the front door was locked from the inside. I needed a key. And there's a bit of blood in the keyhole. Okay, I actually do need to go dig inside the trash bin because I need that hairpin. Yeah. Alright, we got the hairpin. That was from the trash. Walk past him. TV's on. Did not go into the attic, which is an important choice. Alright, I used the hairpin to pick the lock. It snapped in half, so I threw it away. The general store was small, but it was clean. The usual things, postcards, snacks, magazines, canned goods. I never went there much, but Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. Alright, nothing in there. Icebox, postcards. Especially one from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. In much better shape then, which we had been. Apparently, like, if you go up there, there's a chance of falling. Don't climb the water tower. What else would I be forced to endure before the end? Seeing Norman up there dead, it just turned my stomach to think of it, but I couldn't put it out of my mind. How was he involved in all of this? It was getting worse and worse, and I was starting to feel incredibly vulnerable. As I stepped out into the rain, I realized how close I was to home. I hoped soon I would find my answers. I'm gonna go past it once because I don't think I walked all the way to the end of the road. Okay. So those other two were definitely locked, so this is my gate. The neighborhood's local post box. The letter was sticking out. Someone hadn't pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but unlike last time, we're not going to put the letter in there. I did not touch the letter. I had more pressing concerns. I had to get home. I'm doing the same thing. I'm just going to walk to the end because I don't remember if I walked to the end of the street or not. Okay, so this is the house. I entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. And there's blood. I held my breath as I approached our back door, terrified to step inside. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and stained. I flicked the light switch on by the door. The power was off. Alright, so we need to get into the basement. I don't remember where the key was. I had found the last missing piece from my wallet, an old photo of Rachel and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. It didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. Do I keep it anyway? I'm going to say yes, because like I said, we didn't find this before because there was no wallet. I replaced the photo in my wallet, feeling like I had gotten a part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why had I thrown it away? I got my achievement, Stolen Identity. Okay. Old-fashioned keyhole. Alright, so here is... My laptop had been left on, only a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the top drawer of my desk. I take this one because this one is for the basement. So let's go ahead, explore real quick the other rooms. The sink needed to be replaced. One of the taps was always stuck. Hadn't gotten around to fixing it yet. And we were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful claw-footed bathrooms. So this one's the bathroom. And we'll check this room here real quick. There was a suitcase on the bed. It was Rachel's. I remember it from that trip we took out west. Did I open the suitcase? No. I left it closed. It seemed wrong to pry within. The books there were half mine, half Rachel's. Now that I looked at it, the man in that house had the same books I did. I really don't know what to make of the man in the house just yet. Alright, let's head to the basement. I unlocked the basement door. Christmas. Old clothes that hadn't been thrown away yet. Way too much junk. Yes, we need to find the crowbar. The drywall was poorly installed. Might have been able to break through it if we found the crowbar. So, one more thing to go find. Oh, wrong way. Nope. Yeah, almost there, Luciana. We are almost there. Oh, what's this? There was a small pile of mail on the floor in the mail slot. How long had I been away, and why hadn't Rachel picked this up? Most of the contents were bills. There was a credit card bill there. This is new. There was nothing by the front door last time, so I'm going to open it because why not? This is literally new information. I ripped the bill open and I read it. To my surprise, it said something about canceling my credit due to non-payment. What the heck? Yeah, I'm with you. I got you, Luciana. So not only that, but he didn't pay his bills. We need to get this keyhole. So let's go explore properly. Television. He lost his job. Too late. Alright, so that key is not here. So now we know kind of more about this person. We knew he was a drunk from the last playthrough. I think I may need to... I don't know where else to get this key from. I may have to open up the suitcase. Hallway mirror was smashed. One book in particular seemed a bit odd. I remember owning it, but not that edition. Okay, not for naught, but I'm just not remembering where that tiny key was. So I'm gonna open the suitcase. Unless you remember where it was. I'm trying to think, because I feel like opening... trying to decide if opening the suitcase would... Nah, let's open the suitcase. If this is where the key is, then this is where the key is. I wasn't sure what to make up. Also, it's new information, literally, because we didn't know about anything else. Mad Matt might remember. It's possible, but let's go through this one just because I think we can move it forward. And if it doesn't, it's actually new dialogue. I wasn't sure what to make of the suitcase contents. Inside were a few days worth of clothes, toiletries, and a train ticket. Where was she planning to go? You'll notice that he has no idea about the relationship she had with Norman, which is interesting. So he is completely outside the loop. He has no idea what was going on at this moment. Matt says I've been asleep. It's all good. It's all good, Matt. We got you. So where could it be? It's not in the bathroom. I do think it's interesting that because he has no idea what's going on, that dialogue is different. Was the key on the front? Was the key on the table? I remember having breakfast here on this very table. Oop. And not gonna walk away from this now, it says. So, where is the crowbar? Or is it even a crowbar at this point? Garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. Oh, here it is. Here's the key. Alright, so now we'll go get what we need. It looked like the room had been tossed around. Furniture was a mess. Alright, so now we have the old crowbar. We do take it because we need it. Oh, appreciate it. It's weight, he said. Now we'll go to the basement. There we go. Almost there, Luciana. Alright. Here we go. Break through the wall with the crowbar. With a heave, I swung at the wall and smashed a large hole enough to step through. As I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down here? Was she okay? A filthy looking pile of rags had been dumped into the corner. The stench of them was awful and made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile to see what lay in, but I knew I had to. I had come this far. After all the searching, after all I had seen, did I finally find my Rachel? Luciana, you said... Okay, so you're asking me to still find the body since we have no Norman in the picture. Is that correct? Demaze! Probably good you missed the stream! This is a weird choose your own adventure stream. Alright, so we are going to see... Well, after I left my dog into the couch real quick because he wants to be a part of the action... We are going to see how he feels after finding Rachel with not the same information that we had. So after all the searching, when we look inside the rags, did we find Rachel? Yes, we did. Let's see what we come up with. It was worse than I could have possibly imagined. Within the folds of rotten-smelling fabric was the pale, dead figure of my darling wife. What struck me most was she wasn't bloody or torn apart. Rather, she was covered in sickly green bruises, and her windpipe had been crushed. The real horror was that whoever killed her had done so intimately, with bare hands. So this is what had been gnawing at the back of my mind this whole time. This is what I was afraid of. I thought about all that I had seen and wondered if any of it could help me figure out who had done this. And when I couldn't stay any longer, I stepped away on shaky legs and made my way back upstairs. Reluctantly, exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. Oh, interesting. The weapon changed. Maybe I would use some of Rachel's Travis books and find some place to go. Maybe. So the maze, we've actually played 2 runs of this game. One with each one with different choices being made. And the outcome makes you wonder what happened. So there's no definitive answers left at any way, shape, or form. The laptop had finally run out of power. So no knife in our hands. What would have happened if we had kept the gun? Still love the old-time charm of that claw-footed bathtub. So, everything went horribly awry. Everyone in this town is dead, except for us somehow. And it's fine. Okay, so here's the safe. But we can't open it unless... My old office safes used to keep tax records, other documents. Use a digital passcode, but we don't have the passcode. If we wanted to go get the passcode, we could. But since we did that last playthrough, in this playthrough, we're going to ignore it. So he never finds out what that note said in this run. Just like he never found out what the note in the post service said. There's no videotape, as you'll notice. From now on, I'd have no one to get angry with me for stupid things like buying this TV. None of that stuff is here. He literally, like you said, Luciana, has no other messages to go with. I couldn't go back down, not until I had gone over everything. I needed to make sure I was perfectly clear. Okay, so we need to inspect everything in the house before we're allowed to move forward. There will be no more dinners here. No more chit-chat over breakfast, at least not for us. Okay, so since we can't go back in the basement, we have to go and listen to that thing. So, in this run, despite the fact that he has no knowledge of what on earth is going on... Ooh, what's this? Mail still sat there, heaped on the floor. How long had Rachel been lying in the basement? He needed answers. Luciana, I don't think we gave him answers this run. So we need to go unlock... We've explored everything else, but we need to go unlock the... It's like I didn't actually expect the reflection. I'm empty and drained. We need to go unlock the safe. Otherwise, we can't get out. I found some notes and loose paper in a drawer where I found the key. Yellow sticky note with an 8-digit code. And so we're going to take it. And we're going to go read the stuff in the safe real quick. And by that, I believe then he'll have, quote, answers. Although, honestly, I don't know if it's going to bring him any closer to any answers. Alright, so we're going to access the safe because that's what moves the plot forward. I pulled open and peered inside. There was a photo of Rachel and I when we first moved into town. In it, we were smiling outside in front of the house, which looked like a real mess. We looked happy, though. Odd, I couldn't remember who took that photo. Inside was also an envelope. In front of it read, "Do not open until I tell you." I guess this was as good a time as any to see what was inside. Do I open the envelope and read what was inside? I'm going to hit no real quick and see if that still lets us open the door. If it doesn't, then I'll go back and read the letter. Okay. So, let's go read the letter. Oh, it won't let us. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can adjust that. Because I had actually read it the last time through, and we know what it was going to say, but... Oh, interesting. So not only did I lock it, but apparently I can't reopen it. Fascinating. Okay. And there's nothing else. Maybe we can just exit through the front door and see what happens. Huh. Oh, wow. I'm not actually sure if this glitched or not. Alright. Couldn't recall when I last ate, but I wasn't hungry in the least. No reason to return to the backyard. So in it, his wife left a message about like her decisions, what it is she wanted, things like that. We have... Oh man, this is interesting. I feel like I might actually have to look up what happens if we didn't read the letter, because that... If I can't actually end the stream from that one, that would be a pretty piss poor thing. Mm-hmm. I'd be surprised I can't put in the code again. It was my wallet or my contacts intact. Either I dropped the stuff or somebody else did. Maybe I was sleepwalking again, or maybe someone stole it from me. Norman's store, that forest, the water tower. Was I at those places before? Okay, so now we're at the point where we're trying to answer questions from things that we've discovered. We really only discovered this wallet. So I'm going to say yes, that we were at those places before. I didn't see how it could have happened any other way. I must have been the one to lose my wallet and its contents. But what does that mean? I think maybe that might have been it. Let's see if we can oh, okay, there we go. Now we get the message. It seems like I had seen all that there was. Maybe I thought I was ready to go back into the basement. So the maze in the thing, in the last playthrough, if you open the letter, she kind of tells you about how she felt about his best friend and how he was kind of not making it easy for their life and stuff like that. So I didn't think it was necessarily plot driven. And we wanted to see how he would act if he had no knowledge of an affair. Maybe there wouldn't be anything for me to find, but I had to take one last look. All right, here we go. We're on this. One last look. Now that I stood there, I realized that he couldn't go back into that room again. I had already seen too much. But he has to know. The maze in the last run, when he had all this knowledge, there was a lot to take in. Keep in mind, we discovered 2 bones of old dead bodies, 5 different murdered people in the town. It was a lot to take in, and we kind of used the information to rationalize out of it. This time in this run, we kind of wanted to have as little information, and he just had to get home to find his wife, be like, is she okay, and how he would react with no information, and what kind of psycho process he would do to kind of cover for that. So in this case, Rachel's dead, right? There's nothing more for me here. No reason to stay in the house. Did I leave, never to return? In this case, since we literally have done nothing else, we're going to go ahead and go. Living in this town hadn't been easy. The plant helped in some way to stay grounded, kept me in line, gave me something to do, helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that's when I started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. I had MRIs and piles of doctor's reports, but nothing seemed to help, not even drinking. But I swear I had tried to give it up. I know it. The sleepwalking never really went away, though. I know Rachel had tried. I know she had tried to be there for me even when everything was falling apart. This night had unearthed terrible truths, but I knew it was a final act of a long-standing horror that I had been living. Waking up in that house was the final cruelty. I wish I had remained unconscious in that room forever. Even the man I found in that old place was a mystery. Why was he dead? Or who had done him in was not something I could even begin to understand. Or why, for that matter, why was in that darn room in the first place? After making it out of those tunnels, I thought the sewers might feel safer. I was wrong. The security tape I watched showed someone being attacked by what looked like 2 people. But who was it? Who was attacked? I found the contents of my wallet scattered throughout town. Why the heck had I been out there? Had my sleepwalking gone to some new extreme? I thought that I could account for my whereabouts, but I knew I had been in that forest. Even Norman's place. It was terrifying. I didn't know what that meant, but at least I had recovered my things. Hopefully. I thought that I could cover my tracks, and I wouldn't be blamed for all of this. That tangled mess of horrible forest was an experience I never want to repeat. But going from that forest to the old plant was hardly a relief. The memories of that place, it was painful to just think of it. There was something going on there. I knew, but I was no closer to the truth. After the factory, I thought I might find some solace if I could just get to Norman's store, but all I found were more horrors and more questions. Now that I really consider it, that's when I should have seen it coming. Poor Norman was dead, but I had no idea what happened to him. When I marched through the rain towards home, I desperately clung to the hope that this would end. And I guess in a way it did. But how could I have known how hopeless it all was? I had started to feel disoriented as when I sleepwalked. To think of it now, our house used to feel so lively, so warm, but coming into the kitchen, I felt only cold, empty tension. Every terrible thought that I had had up to that point was suddenly a possibility, but nothing could have prepared me. My wife. Dead. Ruined. Discarded. Rachel's death was a terrible mystery to me, and one that would haunt me forever unless I did something about it. For what solace can a man take in the death of his wife? What comfort can be offered? Rachel had been taken from me, and I might never know why. As I swung open the door, I stepped out into the air, the scent of wet grass and fog. Rachel, my beautiful wife, just the thought of her again, cold and inert, shook me from head to toe. What would I do now? Who could I turn to? It would only be a matter of time before the police got involved, before the neighbors knew. The front lawn was soft, giving beneath my feet, and I couldn't shake the urge that I shouldn't stand there, but rather that I should run. Yeah, totally different feelings from the last one. So they really did make sure that the other like if you didn't know much or you only had so much information, that you would have a different feeling of it. I don't know. Demay says I only have one feeling. Demay said do it all again. Hold on. Hold on. Oh God. I was like, nope, I'm at 3 hours. Oh. No, this is a good one. It's not a particularly long game. I can see why it would have mixed reviews, but I think this game is definitely open to interpretation. It is not choose your own adventure where you have like a beginning, middle, and an end. He says, I do not have your patience. I would just YouTube all the outcomes. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not sure that there are strong outcomes. I think that there are just interpretations. I'm like, like you saw at the end there's a chance for that. There's a choice that we didn't take either time, which was Rachel wasn't there. Like that was not her body we found in a pile of rags. Like, what happens when that's not the outcome, that he goes home and so on and so forth. Glad you don't need to avoid treat against yourself. Yeah, this is true. That being said, I did a lot of reading for 3 hours. I think I need a break. This time, she said. But that is home. It's on PlayStation 4. It's on PlayStation 5. It's on Steam. I believe it's also on the Switch. I think it's an interesting choose your own adventure. But keep in mind, it's not a choose your own adventure as we come like the books or anything like that. It's definitely not that. All right, so you redeemed Choose the Raid. You're going to raid into Ross Quit. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate it very much. All right, and we're going to go into Ross Quit. Thank you, Luciana, Mad Matt, K-Dog, Drake, who had his wisdom teeth pulled today, so thank you for stopping in. I know you didn't have to. All of you, thank you, and good night. As always, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you again on Wednesday. All right, we're going to raid Ross Quit in just a second. All right, stay safe, everyone, and good night.